Welcome back to Knowledge, everyone. Pillars, we're delving into a subject today that's strong and frequently neglected to comprehend women's joy from a polite, mature viewpoint. This isn't about taking short corners or tricks. Rather, it's about cultivating genuine relationship, deference, and in this video, we'll talk about examine what distinguishes mature men when, in terms of closeness, the significance of the subtleties of emotional intelligence strategies to increase transparency and trust with your significant other. If you're prepared to your viewpoint and discover how to produce meaningful, satisfying encounters, let's start with one for you. When it comes to genuinely fulfilling intimate experiences with a woman are not only about method, but also about patience, focus, and a strong bond. The process of creating an extremely satisfying sexual experience starts with taking it gradually, genuinely enjoying every second and being keenly aware of every response from her. The bodies of women are extremely sensitive. In particular, the clitoris is the epicenter of pleasure with an incredible 8,000 nerve terminals, twice as many as the clitoris or penis is more than just a body. It's a doorway to ecstasy in part, yet it requires thoughtful, caring care. It's crucial to keep in mind that such sensitivity can become too much if start out slowly because you're too aggressive. Allowing the intensity to increase gradually of the most effective means of bringing a woman use art to enjoy themselves. Of licking with a soft mouth to stimulate slow, steady and gentle tongue sucking, executing tiny circular motions are methods that a lot of women discover. When performed, these motions are intoxicating, gradually and mindfully can generate feelings that spread through. Her arousal was increased throughout her body in ways that are nearly electric. During these times of pleasure building where your focus leads to greater intimacy is entirely focused on her without hurrying to the end, but instead enjoying the gradual ascent to her contentment. But it's crucial to stress that achieving sexual fulfillment isn't only pertaining to physical technique. Interaction is the key to opening a closer relationship. Inquire about what she likes and what gives her happiness, and be ready to hear every woman is unique and active. Her tastes could evolve over time, or genuine sexual closeness originates from a readiness to modify, adapt, and investigate together, creating the impression that incredibly intimate and related conversation not only fosters trust, but also creates a feeling of security where she is aware that she can voice her desires without worrying about potential criticism. Interestingly, just 18% of women have an orgasm solely through sexual activity. Deep penetration is thought to be the secret to a woman's enjoyment is a common misconception that many women discover increased contentment with superficial penetrations, particularly when they aim at the G-spot, a delicate spot where when stimulated appropriately, it can result in amazing pleasure levels. Regretfully, in spite of the enormous potential for pleasure, almost 30% of women say things they don't always accomplish, orgasm, and regrettably, 10% of them have "I've never encountered one before," indicates a more serious problem, a gap between the possibility of enjoyment and the realities of being a partner for many women. Identifying this gap and taking proactive attempting to mend it by concentrating on her requirements can change your sexual relationship into something genuinely remarkable. Among the strongest strategies to bridge that gap are studies on emotional connections, reveal that women in committed, long-term partnerships tend to encounter more frequent and satisfying orgasms in contrast to those in informal interactions. As a result of trust, emotional stability and comfort enable a more thorough investigation in these intimacy and partnerships goes beyond the physical, turning into a dance of emotional susceptibility and connection if you continue to watch this video and discover these lessons. Helpful, kindly leave a comment below to let I am aware that you remain here with, "There's something very personal about me." Contemplating giving her a gentle kiss as she's still dozing off, or spending some time together. Explore these shared imaginations. Vulnerable moments foster trust and strengthen your relationship by turning sex in a place of worship where both partners are able to express themselves completely, themselves without reluctance or fear. Freely examining one another's desires without embarrassment or fear can also open new levels of enjoyment, for every pair has their own fantasies, and gives room for the exploration of those fantasies can revitalize the connection. Whether experimenting with new sexual engages in role-playing or conversation, feel attracted to. The issue is communication. It's not just about satisfying bodily cravings. It's about strengthening the emotional bond that makes closeness feel so very strong. Fantasies about sharing produce a feeling of wonder and enthusiasm that can strengthen a couple's bond. But there's a darker aspect to intimacy that many people rarely discuss concerning irrational expectations from society, as well as internal pressure to possess the ideal physique or to constantly act in a particular manner, can result in For many women, this is a barrier to true closeness. Problems with body image can have a serious influence on self-worth, making it more difficult to completely participate in and relish sexual encounters. It's critical to understand that intimacy isn't about being flawless. Clitoris is a minor but important component of the body, continues to be important in female enjoyment, but other places such as additionally, the breasts are quite delicate and not to be disregarded. Caressing these places lightly while taking your spending time and focusing on her reactions can foster a closer bond and make her feel valued and wanted. And let's not overlook the significance of grooming may seem basic, yet well maintained. Facial hair can significantly alter whether they have beards, or stubbly hair can be uncomfortable when private times, transforming what may otherwise be an intensely passionate encounter into something. Getting annoyed by the little things matters when it comes to making a cozy and pleasant setting where grooming is displayed, thoughtfulness and regard for your comfort of a spouse. And it's frequently these tiny deeds of kindness that can have a big disparity in the degree of satisfaction with which they have experiences that are beneficial to both of you. An additional essential component of fulfilling physical intimacy. Women in fitness are attracted to guys by nature, who look after their bodies instead of inevitably because they desire a flawless body, but because it demonstrates effort and dedication to preserving your health. Finding perfection isn't the goal, rather about demonstrating your concern and sufficient about staying with your partner and yourself. Additionally, vigorous physical fitness has a role to increase endurance and stamina and adaptability, which can all improve sexual. Having a body that is well conditioned is more capable of meeting the needs of private experiences that contribute to the overall encounter more pleasurable. Regrettably, in spite of the possibility of blissful 2 out of 3 persons acknowledge intimacy, they are not quite content with this shocking data shows that sex lives indicates a more serious problem for many couples. Battle with unfulfilled expectations, unvoiced preferences, and a deficiency in communication. It's not always the absence of athletic prowess that results in unhappiness, but the emotional disconnection that occurs when partners don't discuss their needs in public. And long for closeness should be a secure place where both partners feel appreciated and heard. But when the lines of communication fail, the emotional bond also declines. Regarding sexual positions, variety really is the flavor of the 69 position is still often used in life. since it enables both partners to concentrate fuss on one another at the same time. Establishing a strong feedback loop of this role fosters mutual satisfaction, contentment, and cultivates a feeling of analogous to the dog's shared intimacy posture in which the woman is wearing all fours and the man enters from the rear. Is popular because of the depth that permits the physical link to be strengthened by the feeling of mastery. It provides the male with the woman's, appreciates the sensation of deeper penetration. Great sex is ultimately much more than just. The focus of bodily satisactivity is emotional bond, mutual trust, and respect by speaking more slowly, candidly, and allowing time to investigate. You can share each other's bodies and wants. Establish a sexual partnership that is incredibly satisfying. And sexual transformation is more than just a physical acts, are a means of expressing affection, commitment and desire in ways that words frequently can't. The more you concentrate on her requires her pleasure and her desires. The bond is stronger by establishing this level of emotional closeness. Every personal interaction that a nun has can become an instance of mutual bliss in which both partners are genuinely content, valued and cherished. The main male hormone is testosterone has a strong organic fragrance that many women discover that enticing this delicate yet primordial aroma possesses a sensual aspect that can affect subconscious attraction level. Some men wear fragrances or colognes that imitate this to increase their attractiveness and somehow captivate women's attention that seems effortless and natural. It's a useful hint that many people overlook, but making use of the delicate form of attraction has a big impact. Distinction in producing an instant magnetic bond, although the attraction is beyond the realm of physical chemistry. Additionally, it's about emotional and intriguing intellectual connection. Research indicates that spouses that are too comparable frequently have a decreased likelihood of remaining together. Is the reason behind this? The variety of personalities and interests and life events maintain a partnership that is lively and exciting. Pull and push between two distinct viewpoints can help avoid stagnation. Promoting development and maintaining both intellectual and emotional partners. Novelty is essential to engaged interactions because having distinctions enables continuous exploration and a more gratitude for one. An additional sexual urge, especially for women's behavior, can vary depending on different phases of life. For example, many women have menopausal symptoms. A rise in hormones that stimulate sexual desire changes throughout this period. Especially changes in testosterone and estrogen levels can occasionally improve libido, causing women are more drawn to physical closeness than prior to menopause. Things frequently change. How women feel about intimacy, making it both emotionally and physically essential for couples to remain aware of each other's changing requirements and preferences. What could have been effective early in the relationship may no longer be satisfying, but these changes offer a chance for a closer relationship through candid dialogue and reciprocal comprehending. Physical intimacy inevitably changes as couples get older. Their erotic wants and requirements might change frequently, becoming more centered on sensitivity and emotional intimacy, while youth's ferocious zeal could give path to a softer kind of love. This does not imply that sexual lust gone. It only changes for relationship to remain satisfying. It is vital to maintain communication. Lines open to talk about what feels nice, what may be altered, and how to keep attending to each other's needs. Both psychologically and physically comprehending the difficulties of closeness and sex can significantly lessen the anxiety around performance and internal growth in general. The more you study, the more you'll enjoy sexual pleasure. Regarding your relationships and your own body, the more capable you'll be of producing a satisfying and healthy sexual relationship. In the field, knowledge really is power. domain of closeness and health. Knowledgeable people can eliminate common anxieties and misunderstandings, enabling a more calm and delightful encounter. For example, there is a common misconception that women's vaginal sensitivity decreases following many sexual encounters, yet this is just untrue. A healthy, energetic sexual encounter, life can sustain or even intensify. Over time, sensitivity is one of the foundations of a fulfilling personal relationship. Relationship expectations are changing, and having the willingness to look for answers, it benefits both partners. This necessitates open dialogue regarding what everybody has: preferences, dislikes, and wants. The secret is to compromise so that both partners experience contentment and fulfillment. It isn't about giving up what makes you content, but instead of finding a balanced harmony where you two can. This kind of communication does not enhances not just physical closeness, but also enhances the emotional connection between, for some, a pair together, especially those who consider themselves to be intellectual stimulation for sapio se. Sexuals is equally, if not more, significant than sapio se sexuality, and physical attraction alludes to the allure of intelligence for these people. A profound and having a lively discussion can be extremely provoking, a powerful emotional response relationship that improves physical closeness. This kind of attraction goes beyond the obvious and explores where intellectual chemistry can be found in the mind equally potent as physical contact. The carrot method is a really enlightening approach. To establish a deeply emotional connection level during sexual activity, paying less attention on the ephemeral quest for orgasm and additional guidance on developing a meaningful vulnerability and affectional exchange deep relationship. This approach respects the sacredness of closeness by raising intimacy on an emotional level above a physical one act itself, giving partners a increased sense of satisfaction, unity, and for many, love has the power to change what might be a moment otherwise. Experience into something very rewarding because it puts the beauty first. Of exchanging feelings, ideas, and vulnerabilities with a loved one, about how the carrot approach creates a path to realize that closeness is more than merely a physical meeting. It is about fostering the spirit and producing enduring relationships and cultivating a feeling of belonging and trust that transcends if you're still watching, it will behave itself. This video and discover these lessons to be beneficial. Please let me know by leaving a comment below. That you and I, women, are still here in specific, are frequently attracted to guys who look after themselves. There's something inherently appealing about a confident, well-groomed man who, considering how he looks, it's not just about getting a new hairstyle or a well-groomed beard. What's it about? These external indicators show when a male prides himself on his appearance. It demonstrates to the world that he values himself, his physique, and the perception he gives others the impression that this self-respect is magnetic. It conveys a strong message, that you are concerned about more than just yourself, but that you'll want to give that care and pay attention to individuals in your immediate vicinity. Especially in intimate partnerships, personal grooming turns into a mirror of inner assurance, a quiet proclamation that you deserve attention, appreciation, and fondness when attempting to capture the essence of a challenging or one of the best assets is the elusive woman. You can have discretion. Often subtlety is even more powerful than any overtly hostile behavior toward women. Admire a man who is able to be patient and how to foster curiosity. Not being intrusive, being private, and being constrained enables a gradual construct of attraction that is founded on deference, mutual interest, and an emotional bond. Instead of only physical desire, it's secrets of confidence and mystery. They are both much more alluring than a direct or overbearing attempt to the art of seduction. Getting someone to like you frequently resides in your silence or actions, fostering the development of curiosity and desire. Naturally, as time passes, fantasies also come to play. An important part of keeping a healthy and sexually active connection between these inner mental explorations aren't always representations of true wants, but instead secure areas for creativity where the mind may wander and experiment, that couples can investigate their innermost wishes in a harmless play. Incorporating more layers of excitement into the fantasy relationships aren't about desiring something apart from what they are focused on. Improving the connection that enhances the experience. And more pleasurable, this liberty to a crucial component of dreaming is imagining sustaining enthusiasm over time. The idea of novelty is another potent instrument to revive sexual arousal, whether it's experimenting with your present spouse or even thinking about the excitement of new content in various contexts. Adding new components can revive the passion's flames that might have gotten progressively duller. This doesn't constantly provide a powerful message or sometimes transformative. It's the attempting a new role with the simplest adjustments, constructing a novel situation, or even presenting something surprising that can bring new vitality to a connection between these professional experiences, can assist couples in rediscovering the excitement of their relationship and maintain the spark love at its heart that will endure for years to come. Consists of three fundamental components: closeness, passion, and dedication, each of which is essential. Part in determining the kind of love we experience, and the harmony between them decides the manifestation of love. In some love partnerships are full of fervor, yet lacks profound emotional closeness. Alternative kind of love could be rich in friendship and dedication, but miss the cations of these fires of passion. Three components produce a wide range of experiences of love in the midst of extreme heat of youthful romance, to the stable, reassuring warmth of a lasting partnership's comprehension of these dynamics can support us in cultivating the kind of love we look for and cultivate stronger ties with our partners. It's crucial to recognize that some individuals have surges of passionate sexual desire without a clear reason, and this increased. Although libido can be perplexing, it's essential to comprehending that sexual desire is a component of the human experience, and these variations are frequently typical as long as they don't result in pain, could obstruct day-to-day activities. Generally speaking, there's nothing to worry about. Just one more aspect of human sexuality: intricate, varied, and constantly evolving manner. The way we act in relationships has an important part in forming our love lives of our. The development of attachment styles through early events shape our connect with others as adults. Some are inherently safer and at ease with closeness and trust. Pursuing intimacy without fear of others may shy away from close relationships out of fear that allowing someone entry could result in heartbreak or treachery. Then there are people who experience relationship anxiety, always concerned about whether they genuinely adores them or if the partnership could end. Separate comprehension of your own attachment style and your partner's style can be transformational, offering understanding of your actions, ambitions, and fears, enabling you to communicate more effectively, encourage closer ties, and create a more satisfying sexual partnership. Contentment, and one of the connections that endures with age is one of the most empowering facts, doesn't restrict the intensity of sexual. As we age, pleasure or intimacy, although our preferences may change, the necessity for love and affection are still connected, equally powerful. It's totally feasible to enjoy a very fulfilling sexual life in your physical intimacy in your senior year. Emotional closeness and the delight of sharing experiences can flourish in the future, bringing contentment and joy. No matter how old you are, the aroma is another strong element of attraction that frequently attempting to draw subconsciously. When people are together, some scents can induce feelings of arousal that scent has more power than words alone. Similar to the body's subtle indications, word choice or vocal intonation can enhance the feeling of kinship between spouses, generating a compelling allure. For some, sexual arousal is even experienced by people in reaction to ideas or imaginations that may appear unusual or forbidden, but that doesn't imply they will take action about these many times. Thoughts are just another method of mentally examining desire. The warmth of the sun in our surroundings, the shifting seasons, as well as the existence, has the power to affect our sexual energy tends to increase with desires. The comforting warmth of summer or the tranquil ambience produced by lovely melodies, specifically, can improve emotional bond and deepen attraction, serving as a conduit for emotions that intensifies intimacy that people may occasionally encounter. A form of orgasm devoid of genuine emotions, happiness or contentment, a phenomena called orgasmic fart, which demonstrates how diversified and intricate our encounters with pleasure can be released physically. Not always equivalent to emotional contentment, and this discrepancy can occasionally leave people feeling perplexed or unsatisfied. If you continue to view this video, and if you think these classes are helpful, please leave a comment. 3 below to inform me of your I still have the color red long with me. Connected to fervor, desire, and another component that can affect sexual arousal, it's a hue that energizes, captures, and stimulates attention, is frequently associated with increased feelings as well as physical attraction that goes beyond the tangible. Emotional and mental ties are just as significant, if not more so, for true. The strongest ties are those of sexual delight, are based on more than simply physical chemistry, but on mutual respect and similar experiences and profound emotional comprehension in certain situations where the strain of feeling seen during private moments can inhibit arousal by giving a feeling. Regarding performance anxiety, the necessity of comfort, safety, and privacy in these. For many people, moments are paramount. Participate completely in and relish the experience. Males with ailment dysfunction frequently experience stigma, which can erode their sense of self-worth, resulting in emotions of a lack of competence or shame, but it's vital to deal with these problems using sympathy because they are frequently more prevalent than regular yoga is recognized by society. With its emphasis on awareness, breathing, and bodily being attentive, might be a useful strategy to boost sexual function and general health. Yoga promotes ease, adaptability, and a more profound relationship between the mind and body, all of which may help create a more healthful and satisfying sexual connection. In the end, the most gratifying sexual encounters are those that respect the body and the mind. Closeness is based on mutual trust, courtesy, and a mutual dedication to investigating the various levels of relationship between two individuals as the end approaches of this expedition, delving into the depths of physical and emotional bond. I hope you've acquired some useful thoughts on the relationship between intimacy, self-care. Emotional intelligence can improve not just your connections, but also your perception of satisfaction, what struck a chord with you. Most importantly, it was the significance of emotional bond during closeness, the power of self-care, subtlety and allure, or even the notion that love keeps expanding and thriving in spite of age. We would be delighted to hear from you. Tell us about one thing you've discovered from this video and your planning. To put it into practice in your life, your others can be inspired by reflections on there. If you liked their journey as well, please take a time to leave this video, your feedback here, and remember to join our YouTube channel, like, share, and subscribe. channel for additional stimulating material. We appreciate you viewing, and we eager to get in touch with you shortly once more.